Welcome back to the Daniel Thomas Show. I just have to bring this up. This Dana White walking out on Howie Mandel. Dan, I know you've mentioned it to me like 2 or 3 times. Who is Dana White? I'm sorry.
You're serious. Okay.
Yeah.
Dana White is the chairman of UFC. And Dana White, the UFC company, is the premier MMA company.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. And there's a lot of them out there, but this is the granddaddy of them all. You've heard of UFC 150, 250, 259, 295, whatever they're out right now.
Isn't there like UFC 1,872,000?
No, that's like close to 300 right now. Is a big. Yeah. That's going to happen, I think, next summer.
Yeah, I guess I got lost at 300.
Anyways, he sold his company a little over a year ago for a little over $4 billion, and his end of the deal made him worth well in excess of $500 million. Okay.
So he needs to talk to Howie Mandel on a podcast. Why?
Why?
What does Howie know about UFC?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. And okay. What happened, what was funny, was Dana White goes on his podcast and literally Howie White does the kiss-ass opening of, listen, you're a brilliant businessman. You've got everything going on. You're a titan in your sport. And, I'm jealous. And Dana's like, no, I'm not buying this. I'm leaving. I'm done with podcasts. And literally walked out after less than 45 seconds into it.
Right.
And, but again, he doesn't need to do it. Howie Mandel's a strange duck too. I mean, this guy, you don't know if he's got the hand sanitizer on the brain or what the deal is, but he's such a germphobe that, it was nuts. So,
I thought Dana was upset that Howie was mocking him because of his haircut.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of cool things with Dana White, though. Dana White's really turned his health around in the last year. He got connected with a guy named Gary Brecka that I think they call him an actuary for the insurance companies.
Right. Yep.
That's what Gary Brecka used to do. And Gary Brecka really was a fan of Dana White and said, I want to get you your health checked out because you don't look healthy, and I can tell you exactly within a time frame of when you think you're going to die. Here's the thing about this. When you buy life insurance from a big company, they bet on how long you're going to live. Well, Gary Brecka was the expert at that and people.
Let's call it what it is. He's the odds maker on your life.
Okay.
I mean, this is like going to Vegas and laying down money on my life. And the odds makers go, I'm not sure. You look kind of shitty today.
Yeah. You're the bald guy, and I'm the unhealthy one. Remember that?
Exactly.
But the point was that he did this genetic testing and determined what his body was deficient in. And Dana White's off all medications, done all this stuff, and he's done a bunch of podcasts to discuss this. I mean, big and small. He's done a ton of them, and he's done a very famous one with Theo Von. He's just been on everything, and he has the greatest job in the world because he sold the UFC, but maintains running the company, kind of like what Mark Cuban's got with the Adelson family.
Sure,
the Adelson family is the gambling family that bought the Mavericks, but Mark Cuban's day-to-day operation is not Mrs. Adelson. He's just got a check. The rumor is Mark Cuban's going to buy the Angels, but the Los Angeles Angels. Let's hope that's true.
Anaheim.
Yeah, let's hope that's true. But anyways, Mark Cuban's running the day-to-day operation of this, and so does Dana White. Now, one thing that happened in the last, 2 months was Dana White signed a deal with Bud Light to resurrect Bud Light. Okay. Did you hear about that?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So here's the thing. It's a 6-year deal, $105 million. The most deceiving part about this is that it's $105 million a year for 6 years. So it's one of the most lucrative beer promotions in sports history ever. Now, again, it will be interesting to see how this plays out to the UFC crowd. But Dana White thinks that UFC and Bud Light, are Americana and they're together. But
I think Dana White and dollars are together on that deal.
Exactly.
And whatever Bud Light can do to help Dana is a great thing. But I'm sorry, $105 million a year.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot of money.
You couldn't give away Bud Light at an Angel game last year. And
you couldn't give Bud away at many sporting events, street fairs, etc. There was just nobody there.
Right. It will be interesting to see how this plays out in the coming months. But again, Dana White, who's going to tell that guy what to do? And again, there's so many podcasts out there. Look at us.
Right.
Just another one. But the point is that I get a kick out of these things because, when you look at TikToks, and you look at podcasts, and you look at everything that's out there, it's just inundated with it. And I know that the one that I would have liked to have seen was Tucker Carlson go on some of these shows, because he has done such a great tour going around the country and getting on everybody's show that had a decent audience. If you had a decent audience, you could get Tucker Carlson, which is unbelievable.
And by the way, Tucker, if you're watching, you're welcome here anytime.
And he's been married a long time too, so he'd be a good guy to talk about.
Yeah, I think that would be.
And he's got and great relationships with his kids, and that's the one thing that floors me is that you look at Dana White as a businessman. You should really research him, because you get a lot of respect from the guy, because he's really built something, and really, I mean, he's into free speech. He's into a lot of things right now that are very positive for, I think, the country and for everything.
So back to him walking out on the Howie thing. What's your thoughts? I mean, was this a setup? Was Dana just like, you know what, I'm done?
You know what?
This guy's
I think he got
what do you
there, think? And we don't know what was said prior to the camera being on. Yeah. And there's some mook sitting there on the sofa that I can't figure out. If you watch the thing, try to figure out who this guy was. But it just...
Or leave a comment down below.
Who is the guy on the sofa with the beard? Who's that mook?
And the shorts and the tank top.
Captain America,
what was that about?
Gardner. I mean, I don't know who that guy was, but again, he's probably some famous whatever.
And that probably pissed Dana off.
Whatever.
I'm sitting next to this jamoke.
Yeah. Who knows?
Come on. I'm sorry. I've watched the walk off and everything else. It doesn't take long. It's about 45 seconds. But
go and know what? Here's the thing, guys. If you ever, people like to be treated in a professional manner. You can never go wrong by treating somebody professionally. Ever, 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 ever. I've had people after the fact call me and say, that guy was so disrespectful to me. Never have him back. Never have him in my office again. I've had it from events I've created. I've had it from meetings I've done, raising money with people. You want to deal with jerks? Deal with some guy writing some guy a check on an investment in a company. They just think that they're the greatest people in the world. But as far as these shows and Howie Mandel, let's go back and forth and let's talk craziness. Howie Mandel's probably never looked at an UFC fight ever. Oh my God, those guys are sweating on each other, bleeding on each other. He wouldn't want to have anything to do with that. And again, go back to deal or no deal. You know what I mean? That's what I want to say. Okay. Yeah. What's in suitcase 51?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's at that point in time, your career maxed out, and it was suitcase number 72 that was always the winner.
You know what? And my favorite thing was, oh my God, she's the hottest chick in the world. She was one of the deal or no deal suitcase babes. I used to love, people would send me stuff like that. Anyways,
comment below. Tell us who the guy on the couch was.
If you're one of those women that was on that show, feel free to call and write in, and we will talk. Okay?
There's a spot on our podcast for you as well, because we'd love to know which suitcase you were.
Exactly. I have a great story to tell you, but anyways, okay, Dana White. I think he was right myself, but we'll never know, because his the thing that he issued afterwards was just nonsense. It was like, I'm tired of doing this. Yeah. Well,
Dana, I'm going to officially say we don't have a spot for you on this show right now.
Why not?
So, You're going to deny Dana White. I'm going to deny Dana White.
Tom is turning down Dana White. That's funny. Trust me, he'll run into me before he runs into you, and it'll be.
And I hope he does.
Hey, punk. That's what it'll be.
I understand he gave some guy $50 million or $50,000 to shut up. I dare you, Dana. I just dare you.
Oh, please.
Don't come on our show.
Okay.
Please. But
please email us, guys. Okay. Yes. Don't forget Daniel Thomas Show at Yahoo. And I, for one, love Dana White. Okay. I think he's a brilliant businessman. I love Mark Cuban too, and I've met him twice, and he's a brilliant guy.
And I've met neither one of them. I think they're both interesting individuals, but
Mark Cuban would be a lot more interesting if he bought the Los Angeles Angels and made them a proper team and brought them the winning ways. Again, like, subscribe, and just share it with your friends. Yeah. But the best thing you guys always do for us, are the comments and the
The
emails that we
emails
get.
are great.
Okay?
Thank you.
So let us know.
Daniel Thomas Show at yahoo.com.
Out.
So what do you think? Was that a great episode?
Did you see the last episode? Really? This one? I don't know.